What's your experience been like with USADA so far? We're about 6 months into this thing. Have they been knocking on your house early in the morning or caught you in any funny places? What's it been like for you?
Yeah, I just got home from the gun range. I'm unloading all my guns out of my car into my house, and this random truck pulls up in my yard. I'm like, who's this? My dog starts going crazy, and it's a USADA. I mean, they were really cool. They came in, we got real close, you know what I'm saying? And then they were on their way.
Literally, as I was walking out of the bathroom, just getting done, the guy's like at the door. I'm like, you're gonna have to wait. Like, yeah, he had to wait like 4 hours.
They've showed up to my place twice now at 6 in the morning, so that's always rough. You know, the first time you don't expect it. Like, I just moved to Colorado. I think I only moved there for a week, and then I have someone just pounding on my door, like the police or the neighborhood's burning down, and like ringing the doorbell over and over and over and over again. My dogs are going crazy. I'm a heavy sleeper. My wife wakes me up like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, shit, like, I'm in my birthday suit. That's how I sleep, you know. So I got to get up, throw some clothes on, run downstairs, trying to figure out what's going on. Just moved into the house. It's like, oh, hey, I'm USADA, here to drug test you. It's like, dude, you could have like just knocked on my door. I was gonna answer the door. Like, don't need to act like the cops or anything, you know.
You know what? I was kind of like upset that they hadn't showed up at my door yet. And I'm like, man, am I not like looking jacked enough in my photos, you know? And then just as I was talking about USADA to my strength coach, I get strange calls at like 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, who the hell is this number? Don't answer it. Go to my gym. Then I finally end up back at my base gym where I put as my main whereabouts. And 2 people came walking down asking for me. And sure enough, there they were to drug test me.
They showed up at the gym, normal time. I didn't know they were going to show up. They didn't call. They just showed up. And then they took it out on the bleachers. They took my blood out on the bleachers, which is fine. Normal for me, I guess. And then, I just had a couple of questions about some stuff that took a little while to get answered as far as like, are they just testing levels? Are they testing for exogenous substances? Like where are the levels as far as like if you're microdosing, how are they your levels are never going to skew, right? So if you're microdosing, your level's going to skew for an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3, then you're going to be right back to baseline. So if you're not testing for exogenous substances, you're never going to catch a cheater unless you're testing for all substances of all forms whenever you take blood. So I didn't know if they were doing that or not. So I had some simple questions that Reed and I and Jeff Nowitzki and I and eventually the USADA guys and I had these conversations. And maybe it's because my background or because I used to own a sports nutrition company. Like, I understand the doping protocol. I understand it. And I know how to get away with it. So if I can ask these questions and you guys can give me a genuine answer, then I know it's not just window dressing and it's something for real.
And the other time that I got tested was when I fought Josh Barnett, and those guys were relentless, man. They were showing up at like 3:30 in the morning, just like, what the hell are you doing here kind of a thing. And that one was more interesting than the other ones. I told them I had a hunting trip at the very beginning of that camp, and they were like, where are you going to be, because we need to be able to come and test you. I'm like, I'll give you coordinates because you're not going to be able to pull it up on a map. So it's like, you know what I mean, like, I don't know what you're thinking. You're not going to find me out in the woods. I don't know what to tell you.
Sunday morning, just before I flew out to Boston, they kind of nearly chased us around a little bit. I scheduled an earlier gym session, so they came to my house in California, and I was training. I wasn't there, and my wife was in, and Ross wasn't there. So they kind of like done the run around looking for us a little bit, and I finished the training session and called them and met up, and yeah. So the first one, what nearly didn't go down too good.
I love it and I hate it at the same time. I know it's a clean sport, but for some reason the guy from Chicago comes at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, rings my doorbell, and I hear the doorbell ring, and I'm like, man, I'm just not going to answer this time. But you got to answer. They draw the blood. You're doing the piss test. It makes the sport clean, though. I've never been a fan of guys cheating the sport. If you're too old, it's time to retire. If you need to cheat, then you need to go somewhere else and compete. This is a clean sport. These are the best guys in the world, and we should represent the sport that way.